day everyone, I am Karakalope from grade 11 Respect, and I am here to open a new lesson all about simple and compound propositions. A proposition is a statement that can only be true or false, not both at the same time. This concept is important for logical reasoning because propositions are the building blocks for creating clear arguments in subjects like mathematics and philosophy. They help us organize our thoughts and communicate complicated ideas more effectively. In logical reasoning, whether we're working on proofs or having debates, propositions help us connect different statements and come to conclusions. Proposition is a declarative sentence or a sentence that declares a fact that is either true or false but not both. For example, 10 plus 3 equals 13. It is a proposition because it is considered true. Manila is in Europe. It is a proposition because it is considered false. 2025 is next year. It is a proposition because it is considered true.
Now, let us determine if the following sentences are propositions. I will go to Cebu and celebrate my birthday there. Yes, it is a proposition. This statement can be evaluated as either true or false, and it is a declarative sentence. Should I eat adobo or sinigang for dinner? No, this statement is not a proposition. It is an interrogative sentence and not a declarative one, so it cannot be assigned a truth value. If I study very hard, then I can ace my exams. Yes, this is a proposition. It is a compound proposition, specifically a conditional one, that can be true or false depending on the truth of its components. Cairo is the capital of Egypt. Yes, this is considered a proposition. This is a factual statement that can be verified as true or false. Read this carefully. No, this is not a proposition. This is an imperative statement and imposes a command. Thus, it cannot be true or false. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Yes, this is a proposition. It expresses a mathematical truth and can be evaluated as true. X plus 1 equals 2. No, this is not a proposition. It contains a variable, which in this case is x. So its truth value depends on the value of x. Without specifying the value of x, then it is not declarative. What time is it? No, this statement is not a proposition. It asks a question, thus it is not a statement that can be true or false. In summary, propositions must be declarative statements with a definite truth value, which can be either true or false. Questions, commands, or statements with variables that lack specificity are not propositions. Propositional logic, also known as sentential logic and statement logic, is the branch of logic that studies ways of joining and or modifying entire propositions, statements, or sentences to form more complicated propositions, statements, or sentences, as well as the logical relationships and properties that are derived from these methods of combining or altering statements. Or simply, propositional logic is an area of logic that deals with propositions. What about propositional variables? Propositional variables are symbols, commonly letters such as P, Q, R, etc., used in propositional logic to represent propositions. These variables are placeholders for statements that can be either true or false, but their actual content is not specified in formal logic. Examples of propositional variables: P. It is raining. Q. The grass is green. R. I will study tonight. In this context, P, Q, and R can take the truth values T or F. Use in logical expressions. Propositional variables are combined using logical connectives to form compound propositions. Examples. Number 1. P conjunction of Q is, it is raining and the grass is green. Number 2. Negation of R is I will not study tonight. Number 3. P is a conditional of Q is if it is raining, then the grass is green.
There are two kinds of propositions, namely simple and compound propositional. First, let us tackle simple propositions. A simple proposition is a statement that conveys a complete idea and can be identified as either true or false but not simultaneously. It lacks logical connectives such as and, or, not, or etc. that would link it to other propositions. Each of these statements is clear and can be assessed for its truth value without considering other statements. It contains one simple subject and one simple predicate and is composed of one propositional variable. It is a proposition that cannot be broken down into more than one proposition. Think of them as basic statements that can be either true or false. For example, the sky is blue. This can be true or false depending on the time of day and location. 2 plus 2 equals 4. This is always true. The earth is flat. This is false. Luzon is an island in the Philippines. This is always true. Tomorrow is Tuesday. This can be true or false depending on what day is declared. Now, what about compound propositions? A compound proposition is composed of sub-propositional variables and various connectors and expresses more complex ideas. It is a statement formed by combining two or more simple propositions using logical connectives such as and, or a conjunction denoted by the logical and symbol, or a disjunction denoted by the logical or symbol, not, a negation denoted by the logical not symbol, if, then, a conditional denoted by the logical implication symbol, if and only if, a biconditional denoted by the logical biconditional symbol. Each component of a compound proposition is itself a proposition, and the truth value of compound proposition depends on the truth values of its components and logical connective use. They express more complex concepts. Examples of compound propositions. The sky is blue and the sun is shining. Both parts must be true or for the whole statement to be true. It is raining or the sun is shining. At least one part must be true for the whole statement to be true. It is not raining. Reverse the truth value of the simple proposition, it is raining. If it's raining, then the ground is wet. If the first part is true, the second part must always be true. The sky is blue if and only if grass is green. Both parts must have the same truth value. K point. The truth value of a compound proposition depends on the truth value of its individual simple propositions and the logical connectives used.
What are logical operations? Logical operations, also known as logical connectives, are symbols or words used to join or adjust statements to create more complex expressions. These operations are fundamental in forming logical expressions and are essential for reasoning processes. They play a significant role in various fields, such as mathematics, particularly in algebra and calculus, and computer science, where they help structure and interpret complex logical statements. There are 5 logical connectives: conjunction, and, true only if both propositions are true; disjunction, or, true if at least one proposition is true; negation, not, reverses the truth value of a proposition; conditional, if, then; false only if the first proposition is true and the second is false; biconditional, if and only if; true if both propositions have the same truth value, either both true or both false.
Let's discuss them one by one, starting with conjunction. A conjunction is a logical operation that links two statements using the word and. It is only true if both statements are true. We usually use the symbol to represent conjunction.
For example, the roses are red and they are on the table. If P equals the roses are red and Q equals they are on the table, then P is a conjunction of Q.
Disjunction. A disjunction is a logical operation that connects two statements using the word or. It is true if at least one of the statements is true. We use the symbol to represent a disjunction.
For example, P equals I will go to the Leve concert. Q. I will watch a basketball game. Disjunction. I will go to the Leve concert or I will watch a basketball game. P is a disjunction of Q.
Negation. Negation is a logical operation that reverses the true value of a statement. If a statement is true, its negation is false. If a statement is false, its negation is true. Negation also uses the word not.
For example, P equals the gate is closed. Negation, the gate is not closed. Negation of P.
Conditional. A conditional statement expresses a relationship between two propositions in the form if A then B, where A is the antecedent and B is the consequent. This means that if the first statement is true, the second statement or the B must also be true. Conditional also uses the word if and then and is denoted by the symbol. For example, if I get good grades, then my parents will be proud of me. If I get good grades, then my parents will be proud of me.
P is a conditional of R.
Biconditional. A biconditional is a logical statement that connects two propositions with if and only if, meaning both statements are either true or false together. It is true when both parts have the same truth value. The biconditional is presented by the symbols.
For example, Q is you can play with your friends and P is you finish, you will sleep. You can play with your friends if and only if you finish, you will sleep. Q is a biconditional of P. Now that we are done discussing the logical connectives, let us test if we can determine if the following statements are simple or compound propositions. If it is a compound proposition, what logical connective does it use? Number 1. The sky is blue. This is a simple proposition. This statement asserts a single fact. Number 2. If it rains, then the ground will be wet. Compound proposition. The logical connective is implication. Number 3. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. A simple proposition. This statement asserts a single fact. Number 4. The dog is barking. Simple proposition. This statement asserts a single fact. Number 5. The book is on the table and the lamp is on. Compound proposition. The logical connective is conjunction. Number 6. Either she will go to the party or stay at home. Compound proposition. The logical connective is disjunction.
Great! Congratulations! Now we are done learning about the basic information we need to know about propositional logic. Let's have a short recap.
Proposition is a declarative statement that is either true or false, but not both. Questions, commands, or statements with undefined variables cannot be considered propositions. Two types of propositions: simple proposition and compound proposition. Simple proposition conveys a single idea and does not use logical connectives. Compound proposition combines multiple propositions using logical connectives. Logical connectives are symbols or words used to join or to adjust statements to create more complex expressions. There are 5 logical connectives: conjunction, disjunction, negation, conditional, and biconditional. Conjunction: and, true only if both propositions are true. Disjunction: or, true if at least one proposition is true. Negation: not, reverses the truth value of a proposition. Conditional: if, then, false only if the first is true and the second is false. Biconditional: if and only if, true if both parts have the same truth value. Propositional logic studies the combination and modification of propositions.
Thank you so much for listening. This has been Karakalope reporting to you from Group 4.